speed is going to come from that northern end of the screen. You can see it there, that dark blue screen ski there of Danielle McKenzie. Now, she is the Australian champ. She's the world champ. She's our last year's series champ. She is the one to beat. But Carly Nervin, we've seen she's a craft specialist. She's handling the surf really well. There's going to be a lot of speed that come from those two boats.
I think you said it well, Duff. We've talked about it all commentary, all series long. It's a bit of a ding-dong battle.
Yeah,
They're turning this into
side by side.
Danielle McKenzie and Gemma Smith are going into this battle, and you're absolutely right. Carly Nerthen is tucked in there right beside Danielle McKenzie. She's definitely the dark horse going into this women's open ski final.
And look, don't get me wrong, anyone can win this, but if these girls get a sniff and an opening, they are going to go, and it's going to be hard to catch them and track them down. But the likes of Gemma Smith, now, in the iron qualifiers earlier, she went into an iron heat qualifier in about 10th spot with ski last, and she picked up all 10 spots and finished first in that iron qualifier. So she's got a lot of class, she's got a lot of speed, she's on the Australian kayaking team. But look, in conditions like this, it's not only about getting out, it's also about getting in, Paulie.
You're right. It's definitely, there's a lot of element of skill in there and talent. You also need a bit of luck if you want to get the wind up, especially on these skis. The swim, and even to a slightly lesser extent, the board are a little bit more forgiving with waves. You can pop them, roll them. The surf race, you can dive under the waves, run along the sand, you know. The skis, if one sits up right in front of you, you're going to have to be a champion just to get through it and stay upright on that ski. They just are so difficult to stay upright on. I know the women and the guys in our sport make it look very, very easy, but I can assure you, this surf craft, they're extremely tippy.
Now, they're in a bit of a holding pattern right now because the starter has a job to try and get a fair start. Because there's 20 athletes in this water, they spread over about 40 metres across the ocean. Now, 40 metres in an ocean is massive because, as you can see here on this bottom of the screen, that wave's already pushed in while it hasn't even come past the top of the screen. So the starter has to try and get a fair and even start. As you can see there, almost shoulder width height, whereas we're ankle depth over here. So he's pushed down into a right big hole there. It's going to be really challenging to get a start. It wouldn't surprise me if they actually pull this one back and try and get a nice clean start, or it's just going to be advantage to the north end of the beach.
Yeah, I can tell you now, Duff, the starter for an open male or female ski race is easily the worst job of the day, because like you sort of said, when they're spread so far out along the beach from north to south, there's a very good chance that someone's not going to get off so good and you're going to cop a spray.
Well, that's it. As you can see there, the girls down on that southern side, the bottom of the screen, they get hit, they get there, whereas the north side of the beach, they're starting to fly on out. As we see Carnage already upside down, the red ski there gets tipped up and over, and look at that, the charge through the middle, up and over that one, they're going to punch up, and they're good. Carly Nervin, though, super fast. Bonnie Hancock, not her sort of endurance race, but she's off to a flyer as well, as is the girl from Swansea Belmont. So Carly Nervin and Bonnie Hancock, wouldn't it be great to see Bonnie Hancock back on top of the podium after the big paddle around Australia?
Yeah, Bonnie Hancock is the little sister of Courtney Hancock. We know how impressive she is across the Iron Woman events. Bonnie Hancock, back in her day, is a very, very talented Iron Woman, ski paddler, the whole lot. So we can see right now, Bonnie Hancock is out in front. Carly Nerthen is there at the top of the screen from Surfers Paradise on her screen. And then down on the northern end now, we've got...
It's Eliza Johnson there of Swansea Belmont. So the Nova Castrian there from the Swansea Belmont Club, Eliza Johnson, she's off to a flyer as well. As you see the girls, right foot goes down, pedal goes down. They're on a bit of a rudder system there. So they've got the pedals up at their feet and they push the pedals to steer that there. As we see Carly Nervin go right hand down. But look at this, Danielle McKenzie from the oblivion, from the clouds. We've forgotten about her. She's coming knocking, Paulie.
You don't want to give her an inch. She is one girl that if she even gets a sniff of a win on a surf ski, she's absolutely capable. She didn't have a great start. She definitely got knocked back a little bit, but already look at the ground that she's taking off those other two girls on the ski duff. That is incredible. She was literally only seconds ago, a length or two behind, but already she's now up alongside Carly Nerthen, and she looks fast to be not sitting there for very long at all. She's pushing to the front.
Yeah, she's not going to hang around and sit and wait. She's going. She's just got the adrenaline pumping through her. She's caught these girls. She's going straight past them. As you can see there, Bonnie just gets a little bit air under there. The drop, the paddle, as they make their way around the apex. Now the challenge happens. Now we have to go from tackling the conditions head on to trying to outrun them on the way in, because not only are these skis extremely fast, they're extremely tippy.
And Danielle McKenzie does it better than most. As she takes off on one there, you see she drops a blade for a bit of a check stroke. Looks like Danielle McKenzie and Carly Nerthen might have picked up a little wave there as we watch the girls rounding the cans.
Gemma Smith there rounding the can.
She's not out of it yet either. And you said that before, just how difficult it is getting out through the wave stuff. It's equally hard catching these waves and holding the ski straight as we see the girls pull off the top of that. Bonnie Hancock's taken off.
Oh, she's used to this. She's been in the open ocean paddling 400, 500 kilometres off the shore. So these big swells, these big waves, they do not scare her one little bit. She's going to tackle this on and she's going to crack as Carly Nervin at the top of screen takes it on as well. Danielle McKenzie, now they have to go power down now, pulley. They have to get the blades up. They have to get the speed up. As you can see, they're out in front of this one. Now the challenge happens because when it sits up on this shore bank, it gets really, really steep. They need to get to the bottom and they need to explode out of the bottom.
Carly Nervin, Danielle McKenzie and Bonnie Hancock in a race of 3. Carly Nervin's pushed again over that next little bump. This Shorey is going to stand up as she leans back on that ski. She goes, the rating is up. Oh, Duff, I don't know, she goes sideways. She's thrown the leg over. It's a bit of an anchor to keep that ski upright. I'm not sure where the other girls are. There's Danielle McKenzie. She's kept it straight. She played the percentages, the smart option, and she's going to take the win today. There is no doubt about that, Duff. That was all class from Carly Nervin, Danielle McKenzie. Carly just came unstuck at the end there, and Danny has just taken the win. That was incredible.
Wow, I thought for a moment there we were going to see Carly Nervin go back-to-back in the craft legs, the board and the ski, but Danielle McKenzie didn't get off to the fastest start, wasn't flying off the beach, but she made every poster winner from there on in because she flew home. She took the percentage play, she took the wave with all the skills. Carly Nervin crosses the line in second, and our girl there, Bonnie Hancock, the trip around Australia has done her no worries at all as Gemma Smith rounds in 4th. But now we look, there was no jackpot contender in that because Ali Bull, she's out on injury, but Danielle McKenzie is coming away with a very sizable lead. She's already your overall series champion. She now adds 10,000 points to the kitty. With a big race tomorrow, she's looking at a jackpot. She's got to be excited down there with Joshy.
Thanks, boys. I'm here with our winner, Danny. Danny, you had to do it the hard way. Our hearts were in our throat the entire race. Tell us about that race home. It was big surf, back and forward, everything you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I got a little bit stuck off at the start and I was like, oh, I know the race is gone, but yeah, made it out and just tried to play it smart. The 3 of us, obviously, 3 and 4 of us pushing for the waves at the end there, and yeah, Carly did it bloody awesome. Obviously unfortunate at the end and just worked real hard to push over the us wave.
Did you think all your Christmases had come at once when you saw her sideways and you were straight paddling for the beach?
Yeah, absolutely. Obviously know the speech pretty well and love a sprint finish, so it makes it exciting, right?
Yeah, very exciting for us. You're back again tomorrow looking for that bonus?
Oh, absolutely. The surf's up and it's super exciting racing, so I'll be down here.
An Ironman coming up later on. Obviously, ski your strength, last leg of the iron, you got to feel confident.
Yeah, watch me, I'll be coming from behind.
Danny McKenzie, ladies and gentlemen, your open ski race champion.